welcome back to Two Props, One Pod.
Two Props, One Pod.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Doing our little virtual dancey dance. I'm Gemma, the prop life.
And I'm Anja, the chatty prop.
How
are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm grand, thank you. How's life?
Do you know what? August was a long
August was crazy. Yes, August was mental.
There was like lots to film and lots to do, and I reached a point where I just didn't feel like I sat down for the whole of August. So now I am taking absolute joy in telling lots of people that I'm busy when I'm in fact just on my sofa with my fiance and my dog.
Chilling out. I love that. Yeah, I decided to have just a little bit of a break in August. It was fun. Just had a little bit of a downtime. So I will be back, guys. I'm sorry I haven't been posting recently. But yeah.
You owe absolutely nothing to anyone.
Thank you very much.
What I always think is like posting, you bring so much joy to people with your content. You do. And it has to come from the heart. And I've posted content where I wasn't at my best or I wasn't feeling genuine.
Yeah.
And it shows my content. Like
and you're just putting zero effort into it, and it's just not your the usual level. So I just thought, take a step back, have a little bit of time off, because it's been a crazy year. It's been a mental year.
And I know I was feeling I've been feeling really burned out recently.
Literally, that's the word. I just felt burnt out. I just felt I
felt deep fried. My social battery was at a zilch. My social anxiety was at a high.
It's just like, and you just got all emotions for different reasons. So I was just like, right, great, concentrate on pre-season.
Yes.
Here we are. How's your pre-season gone? Tell me a bit about it.
So I haven't been to pre-season as much as I would like to have been because of filming commitments. But I have to say, as you know, I went through a really tough experience with rugby at the end of last season. I had a couple of incidents that made me, honestly, I almost quit. I fell out of love with rugby really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And pre-season and now our first kind of pre-season games have just nudged my love back, which has been really nice.
Yeah, that's so good.
Especially taking my foot off the gas with my content a little bit, that has helped nudge my love for it. I had a fixture at Sandy Park this week.
I saw you say that and I was like, that's very cool. I have not had that experience.
So there's a new team being formed locally with Exeter University and Exeter Athletic.
Right,
and we've got lot of connections and coaching with the Exeter Chiefs. So we got to play on the training pitch, which is just behind the North Terrace stand.
That's so
cool.
I'm
not gonna lie, I was trundling towards the try line, right, with the stands over in the corner, and I was just like,
this is the best.
I'm aware I'm not going to be on that first team pitch. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got my little taste, and that felt
you're like, that's enough. That's enough for you. Yeah. I love that for you.
Thank you. How's your pre-season going?
Yeah, very well. So again, have been there. Haven't done as much as I'd like just because of work commitments and things like that. But try to get to at least one training session a week.
That's good.
And then we had our first pre-season game yesterday, which we won against very nice Ellingham and Ringwood side. Nice. It was good just to get blow all the cobwebs away. It's never your best match, the first match you come back. Well, at least it wasn't mine. But yeah, it was good to get back out there. And obviously it's a very sad time recently, obviously losing Queenie 2 days ago. So it was nice we did a minute silence for that and things like that. So yeah.
I'm one of those, and I know it stirs up a lot of emotion in people. I am not a big monarchy person, if I'm totally honest. I have a lot of respect for the Queen and for the individuals. I'm not really into all the royal stuff, but I have to say, she was the same age as my granny, who passed away about just under 2 years ago now, and so she gave me that kind of same energy, and I was like,
she was a nation's nan. She was a nation's nan. I think whether you like the monarchy, not to get too political on this podcast because we're not, but whether you whether you are royalist or not, whether you like the monarchy or not, she was still someone's mum. She was still someone's grandma.
Fully.
She did a job for 70 years until she was literally until the day she died. and at some level you have to respect that. So
she was the same age that I am now when she took over the throne.
Yeah, I mean, she's 1 year younger than me, and I can't even imagine doing that. So, or that level of responsibility.
I can barely pay my council tax.
Yeah, I can barely pay my bills. Like, you know,
I get anxious calling like to sort out the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
I cannot run a country.
Literally. So yeah. Anyway, so very excited. Obviously, season starts. Well, for us, our first game's the 25th of September, so 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I think we've got North Bristol ladies. I'm not sure who you've got, but
oh, I think it might be Ivy Bridge.
Oh, start strong. Need to go on. Good. That's good. But you did the No Woman No Try thing with Mr. Bengali.
Do you know what? Ben is amazing. Ben is so awesome. If we could package Ben up and take Ben Gulliver on tour everywhere, because what he's been doing, he has been a male advocate for women's rugby for such a long time without actually kind of realising it. And he was like, to me, you know, because obviously his amazing wife, Georgina, ex-Sarries, ex-England,
had twins,
smashing life, has had twins,
and
still just like an incredible human being. And he's been, you know, with her and being the partner of a high-level athlete. It's a job in itself, and I think people often don't realise. You know, there's a lot that you sacrifice. There's a lot that you, as a pair, and there's decisions that have to be made. So, you know, and all these things, and the amount of times he's advocated for her, and in turn for women's sports, and that was his normality. But actually, what he's done is he's been an absolutely like a massive player, like in developing women's rugby.
Absolutely. And was it a good event? Like, obviously I couldn't make it, and I was sorry, but it looked
it was a long way away for you. So for those of you that didn't see it, we were down in Truro with the fantastic No Woman No Try on tour. There was myself, the lovely Garnet McKinder, who has recently retired from Exeter Chiefs, and the lovely Ben Gulliver, along with Victoria Rush, who was the coolest house guest, I think.
I was going to say, did you have a nice little? I was a bit jealous of your sleepover. I was like, I get you. But next time.
It was so unglamorous. Because again, I was so drained and my battery was so dead. I was going to take her to Exeter for dinner, and I was like, "Do you mind if we get a Chinese?"
Yeah.
So we got a Chinese and some wine. And
Chinese and a glass of wine. I literally did that the other day. I ordered it for myself. It's the best thing ever. I got in and I was like, I really don't, spent far too much, but I was like, I really don't feel like cooking for myself. So.
But like, I absolutely love having house guests now, and I you know, I'm still learning how to be a hostess with the mostest, but I do absolutely love house guests.
It's quite hard hosting. It's quite hard hosting. Like I'm okay at it, but like I'm sometimes not on the ball enough, and I just forget.
I've had a puppy join me.
She's entered. Our special guest this week is Jemma's dog.
Is my little beagle. And the fiance that is outside the door eyeballing her.
Hi, Mr. Prop Life.
We had the loveliest time down in Truro. It was absolutely incredible. It was do you know what? It was one of those, there will be other venues that have like hundreds of people turn up. It was not the biggest numbers in that sense, but what it was the most wholesome. And
you guys looked like you had such fun. Like, it just looked like it was a good time.
You could see how much it meant as well to everyone in the room, because what a lot of people don't necessarily realise is that you don't get as many opportunities in the southwest. Just in general, in these rural communities, they don't get as many opportunities. They don't get as many opportunities within rugby, and so that's why.
Actually, my first ever game of rugby was in Truro when I was in college, and it was a college game. This is back in the day when there wasn't too many colleges with women's rugby teams, and we went. My first match was against Truro College. That's a fact for you.
Well, I actually played Truro ladies with the development team last season, and they were just lovely. I accidentally, we think it was potentially me, but someone, basically the day we played, there was a massive storm, and the whole pitch was. I'm not even joking. That's that picture of me on Instagram where I am bogged down with mud, pointing at someone.
Yeah.
it was basically a tornado, and we were like, do you still want to do the fitch? And they were like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the girls accidentally got like a gash on her leg somehow from a stud. I don't understand how, but
I've had that happen. I have. It catches you at the wrong end. Yeah.
So I got as I arrived at Truro, I got Rob Life stud in my leg, and I was like, I'm so sorry, because as everyone who has ever played rugby with me or against me knows,
yeah,
I'm like the most unconfrontational person.
You're like the most apologetic. You tackle a person, be like, I'm sorry, I had to do it. Like, in the nicest way. It's the best thing. Lovely. Right.
I go into scrums against Anja, and I'm just like, hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. I feel like you're normally like second row. Are you? What were you second row last season or prop? You were a bit both.
I did a bit of both. You and I had a bit of a cuddle.
We had a cuddle once, twice, yeah. And then sometimes I'd see you at second row.
My little noggin popping through, like, hello. But yeah.
I always get, I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I always get a bit concerned when second rows bind, and sometimes they go with shorts and your undershorts, and I get a little bit concerned that, like, whoa.
I have accidentally grabbed things.
It all, yeah.
Is all of it. Not intentionally, though.
Yeah, it's never intentional. So anyway, right, sorry, let's actually get down to lovely catch up.
So we did Truro. It was absolutely incredible. As I said, it was just like the most wholesome atmosphere, the loveliest people, and you could see how much it meant to that community.
Yeah.
And what I think you can also see is, because I'm really lucky to obviously work with a lot of like rural clubs around here, and I want to keep working down into Truro and into Cornwall, and you could see the impact, like things like that down there. You can see the impact that things like No Woman No Try have on grassroots rugby, and I think that that's really important.
That's really nice. Yeah, I love that. I'm glad you did it, and I think it's great. Obviously, having seen the documentary myself, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's great.
If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? What are you solidly doing?
What are you doing? Get your family to watch it. Get your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your nan, your dad, your mum, your kids. Get everyone to watch it. That's great. And then let's talk about the other things that we need to talk about. So, did you watch the England, America, USA? Why did I say America? USA game?
I was there.
You were there.
Because Sandy Park is 400 yards that way.
Yes. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the day off work, so I wasn't allowed to be there. But I watched it, and it was great.
It was such a good game. So funny, the way the world works. So the weekend Vic Rush was down was the weekend before.
Yeah.
And we had a grassroots rugby game locally with the grassroots.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. I won a USA team jacket.
That's so cool.
In the raffle. So I wore my England shirt with my USA jacket over the top.
That's so good. That's so good.
Just to be politically really annoying.
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of the Exeter girls are from the USA, and they play for the USA team. So I was kind of politically, I was like, England fan, but also lots of love to the USA.
Yeah.
Do you know what got me the most? So it was my mum's first time ever going to a non-grassroots rugby game. Like, she's never been to a Chiefs game. She has never been to a Chiefs women's game. And it's just because she gets quite nervous in those atmospheres. She's been to football.
It's quite, big crowds. Like, it can be quite,
She's been in football crowds and had unpleasant experiences, I think a lot of women have. And so
very civilized, though. We're very civilized in rugby. Very civilized.
Well, I also put a thing out on my socials being like, hey, like, you guys are amazing. I know I don't really need to say it, but I've got my mum with me. I'm kind of on duty. Just like, if you see us, just give us a little gentle kind of wave. And do you know what? She had the best day. She wore my daughter plays rugby t-shirt from my merch.
That's so cute.
Mum-in-law was also in her the Prop Life t-shirt, which I was just like, this is amazing.
Love that, yeah.
And her perspective on it was amazing, and it was really nice having someone who doesn't really get rugby to watch it. And it's nice just being in the crowd, just vibing. It was
just enjoying the day. So, yeah. Do you know what? It's been such a long time since I've just been to a match, and just like the last one I went to match was obviously England Lion again, which is an amazing experience. But I haven't actually been able to sit and watch a match for quite a long time. So I'd love to be able to do that. Probably not going to be able to go to the England Wales one though, because unfortunately work. So I'm just going to have to gonna have to wait to see which ones I can go to, but I can't wait. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I find like when I'm working these matches as well, I have to go home and like rewatch them.
Yeah.
Because
you
I've got
don't get to pay attention to them.
Take in and think about and do, and it just like my brain explodes, and I'm like, wait, what happened?
Well, I absolutely loved the Six Nations experience. But then you get there, coin toss, and you go back to your seats, and you got to do content, and you go back to your seat, then you get to half I can't remember, then you have to go back and do play of the match, and you've got to put the ball on the pitch, and then by the time you've just all done that and you've walked back and forth like this the seat you're supposed to be in, I didn't get to see much of the game, so like you said, I went home and like rewatched it, and that was really good. But it was great for different reasons, you know what I mean? Like being in that atmosphere, like walking on a pitch in front of that is like the best. I was like, I thought it was like a great game to be at, but yeah, I totally get what you mean. Like sometimes it's just nice to be a fan. Like it is just great to be a fan and just to have like, I think I'm going up with my dad to watch one of the men's kind of autumn internationals. I think like the Japan or the Argent, I think it's the Japan one. And that'll be just like really nice because that's what we always used to do when I was growing up. The daddy-daughter thing, so very cute. I know.
So this is the thing, I'm taking so much joy in it now because I obviously came to rugby a little bit later, non-rugby family, and it was nice being able to show my mum that dip into my world, and like her face, because I get obviously you get people that know you, that recognise you, that say hello, and everyone was just so respectful and so lovely. Like, I know you said you're with your mum, do you mind if we have a photo? And I was like, yeah, of course.
That's
like
so cute.
They were just sweet and lovely, and it was being able to show my mum a little dip into that world, and I was explaining bits and bobs to her and who was who, and like she, Ellie Kildunn is so iconic to look at on the pitch. I always think,
oh, isn't she just
like the curly hair, you just see her fly and her step, and so I was like, at one point, especially because of where we were sat, Ellie was quite close to us, and I was explaining, like at Ellie, she's to go and she was watching Jess Breach fly down the wing, and she does. Jess Breach runs faster than I think. Like,
oh yeah, by the time I've taken a step, Jess Breach is by the try line. Do you know that? I would not be able to support. I would
be there in spirit, not body.
Yes, I'd be at the other end cheering for her, but I probably wouldn't be with her. But I get what you mean when it's nice to share those things. Like I'm quite lucky in the fact like my dad has always been like a huge fan of like just women's sport and like women's sport in general. Like he's like big up to Lee Dixon. He is a great one. And he's like he will come to like every single home game. He will come to like away games that he can make it to. Like bless his heart, he will come anywhere. And I think that's why I've always been like. I do, so I must admit, I must take it. I must have taken it for granted for so long, like because he'd spend all his Sundays driving me to things when I was like under 18, and then it comes to everything, and he like we've always had that rugby thing in common. Like he's always enjoyed rugby, and that's always been so nice. He's always like, I remember I hadn't seen an international match before, and my first game I ever went to watch was England New Zealand at the Stoop. It was Quins, I think, and at that point, I was talking about this to someone the other day. At that point, literally, they only sold tickets in one stand, and that one stand was full, but it wasn't full enough to fill all four stands. And now they're sold out. And I just think the growth of the game since then, which was only like when I was in maybe like college or like my first year of uni, so what, like 2013. So now it's like, it's like I know sometimes we think sometimes we think we haven't made progress. Sometimes we think we haven't made progress, and then you think actually look at it, you're like, we have come a long way. We've still got a lot to do, but like we have come a long way.
It's incredible to me, and I like, and what I love, I think the most is just how safe I feel at these games. Like it's not that I feel particularly unsafe at men's games or anything, but I feel so safe and I feel so relaxed. It's just such a lovely atmosphere at these games, and I think that's really special. And I think that is, women's games are a safe environment for women. I feel they are all, they're so welcoming, and it's just I love going to watch these games. And even though the stadiums are packed, like I'm not concerned. I'm never worried. I'm never fearing for safety. I mean, Sandy Park in general is a really nice venue in the sense that like
it's a nice stadium. Yeah,
you don't tend to get problems, but it was just
and I just think it's so nice for families to be able to bring their kids and their little girls and feel like safe enough to do that. And I think that's a great thing about rugby. And I know that sometimes it can get a bit wild at like Twickenham and things like that, but it's still like I still think it's such a safe place to like bring kids and let them enjoy it. You know, I think it's you know, it's a huge thing that kids can come to these games now and like enjoy themselves, and I think it's great that the kids want to come to them. It's great that like the young girls want to, like, now they're like, oh, like, mum, dad, there's this match on, can we please go and see it? Like it's great. I love it.
And I know that
I love it so much. Shaking my laptop.
And I know that if the option had been there, and if like a few things had been a bit different for me, I would have been one of those kids like, let's go watch the rugby. Like, you know, that's why I shout so loudly, and that's why I'm so excited to see it, because it's that whole, if they see it, they can be it. And it's that whole, like, just continuing to feed the cycle of getting more women into the game by, you know, packed stadiums at Sandy Park. And what I love is just when we have these packed stadiums, it's such a middle finger to every like idiot that's ever come onto my blog and gone, no one watches rugby, no one will pay for rugby. It's like, shut up, mate, you sell out stadiums. Like, stop it.
It's great. Like, it is, and it's a great thing to be a part of. It's fantastic. Just quickly as well, I want to drop in Sevens is on currently, isn't it?
I think your signal's dropping out, dude.
Is it okay now? Oh no.
It's better. There we go. There you go. Good. Do you want to repeat that? Murray,
so I was just going to say, whilst we're here, it's also important to say that the Rugby World Cup Sevens is on right now.
Yes.
I believe England have made it through to the quarterfinals against New Zealand. I can't remember what has been played just now.
I think it's right. Yeah. I've not been keeping us up to date. Unfortunately, I've been absolutely up to my eyeballs. But
it's hard. There's so much. So much rugby to keep up on.
I'm loving seeing Lo there, and I'm loving seeing her making content there, and it's just nice to see.
She's done a lot to raise the profile of women's sport. You know,
massively.
She's great. Big fan of hers. But it's great. So I think we're through to the quarterfinals, which is good. So that's in Cape Town. And then what else is on at the moment? Just trying to think. I think the Premier 15 starts very soon, next weekend.
You know what, as much as I love watching this, all the international rugby, I went to watch the grassroots men's game today.
Fun.
And I had the best time, because you see like just such a range of characters. That one guy who's there for everything, the one lad that's always the first at the bar, the one lad who has done 2 trainings and been pulled off the street kind of vibes.
The 60-year-old man who said he was going to retire but is still not retired and straps himself up every week and goes on the pitch, and you think you're probably too injured to be playing, but it's fine. Love
he is a minimum of 80% tape, and we love for it.
Love it. It's been quite a long time since I've been able to watch some grassroots rugby, which I really would like to do. But you know, it's good because like the season's starting very soon. Prem 15s is starting very soon. I think next weekend, isn't it? I think it's the first match, which is going to be so interesting. So I'm very excited for that. Yes. Is there anything else? Anything else we said we?
I think that's pretty much everything we wanted to cover today.
Also, Wednesday the 14th is England versus Wales in Bristol, I believe. So
England v Wales at Bristol. I'm really excited to see it, and I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to go, if I'm totally honest, because of work commitments and stuff.
I'm going to try. If I finish early, I'm going to try my best.
Do it, but it's exciting, and it's going to be. I am loving seeing kind of the Welsh teams continue to develop, you know,
and grow.
Develop and grow, and continuing to gain such momentum. you know. That's what I'm really excited to see about the World Cup as well. You know, I commented in my video that I made this morning actually, was that this is this is such a big deal for New Zealand having this Rugby World Cup, because not just having a Rugby World Cup, which in itself is really awesome, but it's having that post. Obviously there's been a lot of changes within rugby in New Zealand for women, and you know, it's in a very different place to where it was 12 months ago, and so I'm hoping that we can see those changes come through as well.
Well, it was really good when I was at the Commonwealth Games just to see New Zealand playing, and they looked like they were loving it, in all fairness. And you know, they did very well. Who did they play the other day? Slipped my mind, but they did very well in one of their warm-up games. So I'm excited to see that, and it's literally less than a month now, isn't it? Less than.
It is. It's 29 days, I want to say.
What am I going to be doing for the whole of October? Watching rugby.
I'm playing rugby.
Watching rugby and playing rugby. And then, like, unfortunately, I can't obviously make it out to New Zealand. I've got to work. Sorry, guys. But I'm super excited. I think I'm maybe. What did you say?
I did try, but no, it didn't quite happen. But what that means is that I get to sit in my living room and watch all of it, which is very exciting. Drink
alcohol and watch all of it. Yeah, have a pint or two. And it's going to be very exciting. I'm excited. I need to get a New England shirt. I haven't got one yet.
They are really comfy, I have to say, and they're quite stretchy as well, so you can move. I have to say, one of my most recent purchases, though, that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
So the Exeter Chiefs have obviously rebranded, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
And their new cup kit is like a raspberry pink.
I love it.
So it's like a raspberry pink.
Have you got it?
I haven't got the kit yet. I haven't got the kit yet. But I've got a pretty pink rugby ball.
Show me now.
Oh, hang on, it's in my living room. Hang on, 2 seconds. Murray, you're gonna
edit this out. Yeah,
Murray's
make it look really quick.
In my new t-shirt. Hang on. Oh, I'm a tangle of wires. This isn't.
I'm sorry. I've created. That's okay. Well, let me just. Yes, unfortunately, guys, Gemma's ball's actually in the car, so we can't. So she's left and come back, and she doesn't have the ball. So.
But it is amazing. It's a pretty pink rugby ball. And as much as, like, you know, I'm fully about everyone having their own things and doing things their own way, for me, the thought of a pretty pink rugby ball brought me with a lot of joy.
Love that.
It was my unnecessary but necessary purchase.
I do love that kit.
It's our very own Charlie looking absolutely incredible in it.
We love that. She looked fierce AF. And also just like happy for her, because that's a great gig.
She's also one of the most photogenic human beings.
Oh, she just looks good in any angle. Like if I was in that kit, it would not look. I can promise you, it would not look.
You look great.
Pretty. Stop! Don't flatter my ego anymore, Jemma. Stop.
And on a note of like kit and merch and stuff, I have a really exciting new merch drop coming soon. A little bit of prop life as we are modelling Front Row Union, and I've also got a really cool t-shirt that I'm just about to go and film in. So TBC, link in my bio, shameless plug. It all goes back to women's rugby. So
we love it. Goes back to grassroots women's rugby as well, and that's what we love to see. Go and check out Gemma's page. Get yourself these really cool t-shirts. I've seen so many people wearing them. I will be wearing one. I'll get it on because that's my jam. So yeah, go do it.
Did you see how incredible Z looked in hers?
Yeah, great. Again, just front rows uniting. You know, we love front row love.
What I love the most about Z is that I offered to send her one as like a promotional one. She bought that. She bought that off her own back. Like she was like, I've already got one for me and for Mr. Z. And I was like, yes.
Love that energy. We love women supporting women. So get your t-shirts, girls. Get them. Wear them. It's not a threat, but if I don't see you wearing one, I'll have a word. Okay? So go and get your t-shirts. I'll have a word.
I thought before we leave it for the day, what advice would you give to any youngster that wants to be a future Red Rose? What one piece of advice would you give to that youngster that wants to be a Red Rose?
Can I also just say I love these little games that you spring on me every, like, I love it. So next time, think of one. What advice would I give? Firstly, just get yourself down to your local club and just start playing, and enjoy it. Rugby is a sport at the end of the day, and although winning is great and we all love to win, it's not the be all and end all. Just go out there, play rugby, have fun, make friends, fall in love with the sport, turn up to training, turn up to games, push yourself. If there's an option to go to a higher level, try it. There's no shame in trying. Push yourself and just see how far you can go with it. The sky's the limit at the end of the day. If you put your mind to something, you can achieve it. So just go for it. But most importantly, just enjoy it and have fun, and remember the reason why you're doing it in the first place.
Absolutely.
I think that would be my tips.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I think mine would be quite similar. Is don't be afraid to do you.
Yeah.
So if that means you move clubs for your progress, do you. If that means you stay where you are for 5 years, do you.
Yeah.
If that means you wear a pair of jazzy boots or something because it makes you feel confident in front of scouts, do you. If you find that doing 3 hours a week extra practice works and helps you, do you. If you find just turning up to training makes you feel better, just do you fully, and just love the process. Just love it. Your rugby career, that I think everyone wishes could be longer. Even those old guys that are rattling around after 45 years and 900 caps. They always wish they could play that a little bit longer. And it's just so quick. So just enjoy every moment. For example, we played at London Irish last year, and I took a minute just to take it all in and just love the moment.
It's an experience. I think
how many times in my life will I in front of the neighbourhood front row play at London Irish, and I just took to enjoy that and love that. And same at Sandy Park as well. I got to play on the warm-up pitch, and I think that's really cool.
That's so cool. I think just adding on to that, just don't make the most of every opportunity. Don't say no to everything. Don't say no to anything. I think, not to quote one of the cheesiest films ever of all time, but I think it's called The Cinderella Story with Lizzie McGuire. Where it says, don't let the fear of striking out stop you from playing the game. And I think that's a big thing. Don't let your own fear or your nerves stop you from doing what you love to do. At the end of the day, it's rugby, isn't it? We all play rugby. Fun. So never let your fear of anything hold you back. Because then when you get to our age, you will regret it that you never took those opportunities. So it goes quickly. It goes so quickly. In my head, I was 18 yesterday. That was 9 years ago.
It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting.
Because I just think about it all the time. I'm literally, I left school in 2011. That's mad.
I was just there today with I was at the gym and my knee was hot, and I was like, oh God, I'm feeling old. Also, another bit of advice, enjoy playing rugby whilst it doesn't hurt. Enjoy being tackled and being able to spring back up. Now I take 5 centuries to get off the floor. Next, I'm crippled for the next 2 days. I'm lucky if I can turn my head the day after a game. So enjoy being pain free. Love every second to it. Also, a piece of advice when you do start to age, if you've ever listened to a bowl of Rice Krispies, a lot of your joints are going to sound like that. It's fine. We move. Just try and stay mobile. And take physio advice.
And I think that also, again, I don't know why I'm thinking so many points now. Just take care of yourself. Don't play through injuries you shouldn't be playing through.
Absolutely not.
Rest, eat well, be eating the right nutrition, but don't push yourself to your absolute limits, because then you burn out and you stop loving your sport. Just don't push yourself. to unrealistic levels that you can't perform at, you know. So eat well, rest after injuries, enjoy the game, take every opportunity you can, and have no fear. Do what you love, do what you're good at. Like,
well, that is about time for us to unfortunately today. But it has been an absolute joy as usual.
Yeah, always. Absolutely love it.
And I can't wait to see you in person very soon when we play Trojans.
Exciting.
I get waiting.
It is. Yeah, that's gonna be so good.
And you will get greeted with a loud, "Isn't that Anja from TikTok?" So
I'm like, oh, is that the Club Life? Who's she? Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
To everyone who has listened, you've been fantastic as usual.
Thank you.
I want to hear in the comments, what would your advice be for a future Red Rose?
Yes. Love that. I don't know.
We'll be back again very soon.
Yeah. This has been. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do our outfit that we did last time?
Our little outro.
What did we do? You said this is 2. What did we do again?
This has been
2 props,
1 pod.
Stay safe, everyone. Good.